All right, good afternoon, everyone. So, ton to go over. So let's talk about NOTE, note. So, very interesting idea, and what I want you guys, so the other thing we're gonna do, alerts, forward looking. So, on pre-market prep, you know, so this is, again, daily double down is similar to pre-market prep, but it's different, okay? Pre-market prep is specifically focused on morning runners. SBFM, not bad. Didn't hit the goal. We had a nice plan on SBFM this morning, though. Hit 140. So, but after the two halts, anyway, nice read on SBFM. But what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna try and take a little bit more of a bigger picture, like look at stuff. Okay. So when I say alerts, I'm gonna be calling out some levels for some of these slower trending stocks and bigger picture ideas that may take a little time to develop, okay? With pre-market prep, typically we know typically within a few minutes. Like within a few minutes, maybe 45 minutes, the stocks it's either hit the signal or it hasn't. And that's what's different about morning trading. What we're gonna talk about a lot here is, again, that kind of bigger picture idea for trades all through the day, maybe even tomorrow, maybe even next week. So I want you to please understand how to set alerts in your platform, okay? Now, StocksToTrade, you just right-click your chart, you go to add alert, you can drop an alert, okay? You can create alerts based on a price level. Actually, I'm gonna do that right now. So NOT, I want you setting an alert at last night's highs, which would be 231. So note back above or back at Google PR area. Now, if again, most of you have StocksToTrade. I know some of you use different platforms, which is cool, okay? Every platform should allow you to set alerts in some manner, okay? Now, Thinkorswim is very similar to StocksToTrade. You just right-click the chart. You can add an alert. So your homework, okay, and actually let me put that in the notes. Your homework learn how to set alerts in your platform, okay? Trading View, a lot of you guys use Trading View. Same thing, right-click the chart, set alert. I think pretty much every platform is like that, but I've used 90% of platforms. I have not used them all. So that's your homework, okay? Remember, we're gonna talk about a lot on these daily double downs, okay? So I want you to know how to do that. So that being said, let's move on to the meat, okay? The meat is NOT last night. Yesterday afternoon, Google had their Google I/O conference. And number one, Google just ripping, by the way. Top, if you can trade high-priced accounts. If you can trade high-priced accounts, Google, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, the four horsemen of AI. Anytime you see a low-priced, small-cap stock get mentioned with one of the four horsemen of AI, you need to respect that and you need to be prepared, okay? So note right out of that announcement, and breaking news did have this, okay? Breaking news was the first. They alerted it at like 158. The stock broke the morning highs at 2 and went to 244. It went red to green this morning for the day 2 continuation, and not a bad spiker. 2 to 220, 20% move. Not bad. Not bad on a $2 stock. Now, this is where the alert comes in. If this retests the level from the Google I/O conference yesterday at 230, be ready, okay? That's one of your main double down ideas. Next one is NNOX. Okay, many of you know we have talked about NNOX as a biotech swing trade. We just love these charts and IMGN is very similar. But NNOX had so much going for it. They had great news the other day, multiple green days in a row. 3 days ago, broke out to 52-week highs. And then now, again, thanks to breaking news about, how long ago was it? 11:23. About 45 minutes ago, breaking news announced that NNOX, Johnson & Johnson, increased its stake by 61% in NNOX, okay? And listen, NNOX, higher price stock, but when you compare it to J&J, way smaller market cap. I mean, you got a 900 million market cap in NNOX, and you got a 417 billion market cap in Johnson & Johnson, okay? Johnson & Johnson is 400 times the size of NNOX. Now, I'm bringing this up because this is much like the Google and the Note interaction, okay? These are the type of things you need to be looking for, okay? Especially when we talk about swing trades or bigger picture ideas. Anytime you see a company that is 400 times the size of a small, I don't want to say competitor, sympathy play, okay? That's big, because here's the deal. If they're taking a 61% stake, they up their stake, what's the odds of it being a buyout play, okay? So NNOX, when we talk about big picture ideas, longer term swing type trades, listen, if Johnson & Johnson has upped their stake to 63%, what's stopping them from just taking the whole thing over? Like, I don't know why they didn't. Like at this point, how much cash does Johnson & Johnson have? Billions of dollars. Yeah, they got 25 billion in cash they're sitting on, okay? NNOX is a 900 million market cap, so about $1 billion, okay? So anyway, takeover play, big candidate. That's why you love having breaking news. That's why you got to respect this. Now, the other thing from a day trading perspective, look at that reclaim of the high of day, 20 minutes after the news, okay? So something, and I want you to write this down, something we frequently talk about is the first move is the fake out, okay? The first move is almost always the wrong move. I want you to do something for me, more homework, okay? Next time the Fed announces a rate hike or a rate cut or rate unchanged, okay? Next Fed announcement, I want you to watch the S&P, and I guarantee you 99 out of 100 times, the first move on the S&P will be the wrong move. Like, let's say it spikes big. It spikes big, it'll fade the rest of the day and probably close on the low and probably gap down the next day. Vice versa, S&P drops hard past Fed announcement, it's going to bounce, it's going to grind higher, and probably continue higher for days. The first move is always the wrong move, and it's always the fake out. That's why you look for confirmation. And NOX was if you were ready, okay, and I know this is a little hindsight, but if you were ready at 17, it spiked to 18 on the secondary move. That's how you want to trade these breaking news plays, okay? I get asked a lot, how do you trade the breaking news? What I do is I wait for the secondary moves, just like in Note, just like in NNOX. On down the agenda, TCRX. How is that looking? This has been the number one play. Ooh, okay. So, yep, basically, we talked about a red to green. It did spike to 520. Our next level that we need to respect is basically that 530. So your next homework is set an alert on TCRX at 530. This number one Friday squeeze candidate. Okay, number one Friday squeeze candidate. TCRX has been collecting, it's been collecting shorts all through the week. That's why it gets these big wicks. We nailed it yesterday, okay? That 480 level on TCRX that we were ready for spiked up to 540, secondary red to green. Because keep in mind, guys, this is what it blows me away. Notice the commonality with the chart of TCRX. There's a reason TCRX is not falling back. This thing's at 52-week highs. This is the blue sky chart, much like NNOX, much like IMGN. So the smart short sellers avoid this type of thing, okay? Like when you're looking at a stock that gapped up to 52-week highs 3 days ago, it's now holding into the end of the week, and no smart short seller shorts a biotech at 52-week highs. A smart short sellers short stocks that have been downtrending for months, years, and then they spike into resistance. Okay. Only uninformed newbie short sellers are shorting this. So that's why we have an exponential great setup for a Friday short squeeze. And then, okay, what is the daily double down idea? Okay, the daily double down day trade is the same as this morning. SBFM. If SBFM, it's currently holding that lower level right now. If it reclaims 1, you get a predictable spike just like we got this morning. And keep this one on watch as well. So again, remember this morning, it didn't quite hit the goal, but it went from $1 to $1.40, 40% move from the alert, okay? So I would just reuse this plan, reuse the plan into the afternoon. All right, guys, have an amazing day. Hopefully you enjoyed the new format. This is fun. I love teaching, and we will see you next time.